Monday! Happy Motivational Monday. It's Heidi Allen, founder of the Positive People Army, and now my dogs are gonna start barking. Hey, puppies. Hey, puppies. Yeah, that's my two dogs, Abby and Haley. I have a feeling someone's here, but that's fine. So listen, today is Motivational Monday, and we are doing another Ask Victoria. Victoria Lorian Fabish is an incredible holistic psychotherapist, one of my dearest friends, and someone that I just absolutely adore because she gives us such incredible advice here in the PPA. So today we've got some really incredible questions. So I'm going to invite Miss Victoria in. Come on in, Victoria. Victoria will join us. And then we're going to answer these questions. Hey, Victoria.
Hey, how are you?
How are you? Oh my gosh, the introduction today was my dogs barking their heads.
I saw that. They're excited like we are. We're all excited.
Yes, they're like, woohoo, that's Victoria.
All right. Good to see you, sweetheart.
How are you?
I'm really good. I'm really, really good. It's a gorgeous day in Toronto, and
Yes.
things are great. And
I agree. I agree. And it was a really fabulous weekend as well. As you know, Victoria, you saw there were many of us here in the PPA who ran the Shoppers Love You Run for Women race on Saturday.
thank you.
We ran for mental health. Yes. No, thank you for your donation and your support. And you shared so much about what we were doing. And it was such a fantastic race. I can't wait for next year. Like there's so many of us already planning. What are we going to do next year?
Okay, I might walk it. I might walk it next time, okay?
Do it. Do it, because there was a lot of PPA members that walked. Lovely Christine McDonald, one of our leaders here in the PPA, she had a broken toe and literally walked with one running shoe and a sandal and her foot all wrapped up the other one. I was like, you're a superhero today.
I would say she is, and anyone who did that run walk, I just want to give you my blessings and my thanks and my appreciation, because we are in a situation, I think, that our planet needs more support for mental health. Certainly this city, and certainly this country, and certainly anywhere we need support for mental health. So necessary. So
I agree.
you.
I 100% agree with you. And that's why, Victoria, I feel like this talk that we do every Monday is so incredibly important, because we are tackling sometimes really difficult questions and hard questions. And of course, everyone that sends their question in, we never mention names here.
No.
It is just your question. You can join us to get the answer at any time. We keep this anonymous so no one feels uncomfortable or feels they can't ask the question. We want this to be, just like the PPA, an incredibly supportive, safe space. So we should get started, because the very first one it's a pretty heavy question. It's like, I feel like you and I can relate to this question on so many levels.
Oh my God, yes.
And I think there's going to be so many other people out there that struggle with this, and maybe it's not a family member, maybe it's a friend. So I'm going to read the question. So it is this: I've always had a hard relationship with my mother. A lot of us do. And it just seems that every time we talk, we end up arguing because I feel like she isn't listening to what I'm saying. Wow, key words here. How can I get her to understand what I'm saying and stop fighting? Yeah, that's a question and a half, Victoria.
Okay, so let me just start off by saying really important information here, which is we can't get anyone to do anything. Okay, we cannot get any. You can say things perfectly. You can say things, frankly, in the most peaceful of ways, and you still will not be able to sometimes, or oftentimes, influence the other person, because people come to the table with their filters and with their pre-experienced thought processes. And in the case of a mother and a child, there is incredible history, and there's year upon year upon year upon year of patterns. And so I would say the first thing this person needs to do, because it sounds like this person is still in their child self looking for approval from their mother.
Yeah.
And I don't judge that person, because every one of us will dip in very quickly to that neural pathway of I just want my mother to give me what it is that I need in this moment? Can't my mother just be for me? Can she just be selfless for me for this moment? We can,
Exactly.
no, this is a human being. Just because she gave birth to you, or, doesn't mean that she's some guru. She's not. She's just a human being with her foibles, and the fight takes two to tango. So both people are getting in there.
Yes.
And I would say the key thing for people is they need to say to themselves, I need to, and I walk this talk and recommend that everyone else does too. Do not, try and understand that a new normal needs to happen.
Oh, okay. Let's just stop right there for a second. Because I feel all of this information that you've just given is so incredibly important.
Yeah.
You've tapped into that there are old habits, old neural pathways that she's tapping into, the daughter is tapping into. I want to be seen, I want to be heard.
Yeah.
I am that inner child neural pathway. There is the old habit that she is expecting for that need to be fulfilled from her mother. And so that is existing. And when you're saying no judgment there, but now what I love is now you're saying something new, a new habit, new pathways, new things need to occur for her to go forward.
Yeah.
Amazing. And keep going.
Now,
this
am I clear with you? Because your image is frozen for me, but am I not frozen? Am I good still?
No, you were not frozen. It was all good.
Okay, good. So you're frozen, but I'm going to continue to go here. So that's great.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. The new normal is a very, very important path for an adult person to think about with their parent, especially the parent that they're constantly in conflict with. I have to say, the key motivation should be that, you did your part in creating peacefulness. And that means you give up wanting something from them. You got to give up the wanting something from the parent. So the need to be understood, as basic as that is, you got to give up on that. You got to stop wanting to be understood.
So is it then, Victoria, is it then that the daughter, instead of, so the new things that she has to create here, the new normal, is it that the daughter, her need right now, and it sounds like it has been her whole life.
Yeah.
So, this person is an adult now. This isn't a child that sent this or a teenager, it's an adult. So this has been their normal for their entire life. And so now their new normal, it can't be that this person fulfills it. Is it their job to fulfill that in themselves?
So it is 100% each and every one of us as adults' job to fulfill our being, and don't get lost in the story. A lot of people get lost in the story of, I just want my mother to be, or I just want my father to be. I get to have I want my mother to this and that and the other. Listen, that's not sometimes for everybody. I'm sorry to say. It's not yours to have. What this person is offering you is an opportunity to practice what I've spoken about is the law of allowance, which you're going to allow the person in your life, but you're going to practice things like not needing to be understood, having less needs where this person is concerned, practicing patience, not engaging in fights. As soon as you get into red zone, you're like, hey, Mom, I got to go. I love you. I'm going to talk to you next week. No, it's like find other people to be your confidant, not your mother anymore. That if they're
that is important. That is important, because if every time you get in that conversation, you need that person to be your confidant. You need to have these conversations, and every single time this person's not listening to you, which that's a big one. I hear that a lot when it's like, I just don't feel like they're listening to me. You're not listening to me, and it's like that's the trigger. There's the trigger right there,
right? It's the massive trigger of abandonment is really what it is.
Oh, it is. It is. So it's like when that comes up, being aware, oh my gosh, there's my trigger.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just let you go today. Like, it's been great chatting with you. I'll talk to you next week. And yes, go have that conversation with your girlfriend, your husband, the person that's going to listen to you
And if it can't
and,
be,
and give you feedback that you
if
need.
it can't be your girlfriend, it can't be your husband, it can't be whatever, have it be a therapist or have it be a trusted person, a
Yes.
coach, someone. But sometimes the humans of your life, when you're doing humans in your life, sometimes they're not going to be as selfless in the conversation, because a lot of what
Exactly.
happens in relationships that go awry is people have conflicting needs. You know, that one person needs something and the other person needs something else. And you know, in good relationships, in the listening of a relationship, one person has to mute themselves while the other person is expressing, and then this person has to mute themselves while this person is expressing. Well, that's a perfect
Yes.
world. And people have to be willing to be super aware of their communication style for that to
Yes.
actually occur. You know, if they're
I
like, well,
agree.
I'm the
Yeah.
best listener in the world, but they're not, we got issues.
Yes. No, 100%. I think this is incredible advice that you're giving people, this knowledge that you're giving people, because it gives them power back into their own life.
Yeah.
In a relationship where they're constantly not feeling like they're heard, seen, acknowledged, whatever it is, they're giving their power away. They're giving that away because then they're sitting in that ickiness, that feeling of I'm nothing here, and this is the relationship I'm getting. So it's taking yourself out of that relationship. It's not amputating. We talked about this last
Yeah.
time. You
It's
don't have to
creating a
amputate
new
this
normal.
relationship. Exactly. You're creating a new normal. And so maybe the conversations, like you said, with this person are not necessarily the ones where you truly do need the feedback and you do need the advice. Maybe this isn't the person you should be having it with. Have it with someone else, like you said, your spouse, a friend, a therapist, a coach, anyone else that's going to give you what it is that you need. Wow, this is like creating the new normal.
Now, with the mother, with the parent, it might be an idea that you enter with an intention. So be very prepared. And I ask people to, before you start your new normal, you begin with centering and grounding yourself and being in your adult fully before you enter that situation. And then commit to getting out of the situation if it becomes contentious. And because sometimes you can't do anything to just calm it down, but you can calm it down by coming to the table without the need to be understood.
Right.
And that means
Right.
you might not be there that often because you're like, I really want to be understood. Well, then be discerning about how often you spend time there. That's great.
Yes. Exactly. Now, can I also ask, Victoria, because what is happening is, this daughter is going into that relationship with her mother, and when she's not getting what she needs, it's at that point that then she's getting angry,
Right.
and she's arguing and saying things probably like, I mean, we're not there, so I don't want to put words in this person's mouth, but I'm just going to assume it's you're not listening to me, you're not understanding, like, why can't you just, I feel like there's stuff like that is happening when she says she's arguing. Now, would you also suggest that, instead of maybe just kind of dismissing this type of relationship with the mother, maybe having a conversation when you're not in that heightened arguing moment of just like, hey, mom, I'm just wondering if we can have a conversation, because I'm finding that, when you and I get into a conversation and I need to really express something to you and I need something from you, I feel like this is happening. I'm just wondering like how you're feeling in this situation. Like, do you recommend a conversation like that happen to see what happens, to see if they can move forward in the relationship to make this healthier and a new normal?
It depends on the relationship, because sometimes it's throwing a lot of good after bad kind of thing. Sometimes, but I really believe in situations like this, it's like a show, don't tell. So it's like initially just show it, act in the new way, start to bring in the new energy of your empowered self. And then possibly once you've gotten some clarity on what it is that your new normal might look like, maybe then you broach a conversation.
Okay.
That's a good idea,
Okay.
but not when you're heightened, not when you're triggered.
No, 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 no,
Come,
no, no,
come into
no.
your new
Yes.
normal. Feel like, okay, I can do this. I'm getting my needs met elsewhere. And so then I can just come to this mother-daughter experience from an adult place without a lot of
Mm-hmm.
needs, without a lot of an
Mm-hmm.
agenda. The only agenda is that I stay in my adult and not engage in the fight and expect less.
Wow.
Then, and then there can be some nice conversations, but let's just see if that conversation can happen. And I want it to happen. I really, really do.
Mm-hmm.
I want it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, great advice. Anyone struggling with that kind of mother-daughter relationship, maybe it's mother-father, maybe it's with a sister, a friend, a colleague at work, any of those relationships, definitely go back and listen to Victoria's incredible, incredible advice. Thank you for that. Okay, we're going to go into question number 2.
Okay, cool.
Which I love this one. I really love this one because I have to tell you, this is a conversation we have with the PPA all the time. People bring this one up. Okay. My husband started meditating. So someone that's practicing something new, great. And I've noticed a difference in him. And it does. It really does make a difference going to that centered place of meditation. I've tried several times, but can't seem to quiet my mind. Do you have any suggestions to help? Oh my gosh, how many times do you hear this where people are like, my mind, there's too much going on. I can't seem to quiet it.
A little fire alarm has gone off in my building, sweetheart.
Amazing. Oh my God, we got dogs, we got fire alarms.
Can you hear it?
Heck is with Monday.
God. I don't know. I hope it's just I have a feeling it's just a false alarm, but sometimes these things do occur.
Okay, I love the fact that we're going to talk about meditating right now with a fire alarm going off, because that is literally the mind not being quiet.
It's finding the zen in the massive craziness.
Yes.
So I'm going to, well, let's just see if it goes away.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay. So, hey, Kev, can you press that button? Let's see if we can have that button pushed. I want to give this good advice. I really do. Hang on a second.
Okay. Well, listen, we'll quiet the alarm. We're good.
Okay. Push the button. Hang on. Oh, well.
Oh my gosh.
Attention. We have an alarm condition on the 4th floor. The fire department has been notified. Please stand.
Okay. We'll try it. I just silenced it for a moment. Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Hi, live TV. All right, here we go. The thing about meditation and other people doing it, number one, you got to let them do their own thing. But in terms of you yourself, set yourself up for success by doing it in small increments. I started meditating and I timed myself with 60 seconds. 60 seconds
Wow.
is all I gave myself. And then I gave myself 2 minutes and I had a little timer because I found it so challenging to be able to hold my mind. But that was how I began. And the other thing I would say, I needed to do active meditations. So walking meditation, also visual journeys. It's why I created a meditation CD, my very own, because I found it too difficult to meditate on my own. I created a visual journey meditation that someone was taking, I was taking a person on a journey with music. And that helped to focus my mind in that way. I'm hoping.
So then a guided meditation for someone that is maybe struggling, maybe to start. So I love your suggestion. Start small.
Start small.
So start with
exactly.
60 seconds, 2 minutes, 5 minutes,
That's it.
Whatever it is. And try a guided meditation. So you're focusing on someone else's words to guide you into it. I have to tell you, I've done many guided meditations myself, and I love them. I absolutely love them because it does give my mind, it distracts my mind to focus on something to take me where I need to go.
Exactly. People can go to my website actually at visualizationworks.com and you can get one of my meditations, my meditation CDS 3. You can get one for free if you just sign up. Yeah.
Amazing. Can you share that?
Yes, absolutely.
Please share that link.
I will share my meditation because it's easy and it's Heal
Yes.
Your Hurt Child. It's heal the hurt child, which, this is sort of what we're
Wow.
talking about.
Yes, that's kind of what we're talking about
Exactly.
today.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So I
Oh
was
my God.
going to say one more thing that is really important
Yep.
is have something that I also used to meditate with a candle, where I would focus in on the flame for 60 seconds. I would train my mind to focus in on that flame for 60 seconds. Try that as one of your exercises. Vary it up, change it up. 60-second focusing on the flame, 60 seconds just breathing. Go for a walking meditation, and then also visual meditation, like a guided meditation. I love those. They're so powerful and so focusing.
Exactly. So I hope the PPA member that sent in that question heard that answer today, and you try that, and you go to Victoria's website, you download her free meditation, and try that one out. And then if it's something that you get comfortable with and you start enjoying, maybe you and your husband can actually do it together. Do a guided meditation together, which is going to bring you guys closer, which is fantastic.
Absolutely.
I love that you're actually trying it. I love that you're trying it and you're still determined to do it. So that's fantastic. Victoria, this was the funniest Ask Victoria Monday with the dogs barking, the fire alarm. I love it all.
Well, here comes the fire department, because apparently there's something going on the 4th floor. But I mean, we have these periodically, so it's just fun.
Well, I really hope it's not a true fire. Okay?
I don't think
I hope it is just a false alarm.
No,
so we will definitely pray for that. Oh
yeah.
My goodness. Victoria, thank you again for all of your powerful advice on Mondays. To everyone that watched us, thank you so much for joining us, and send me your questions. This week's questions were really fantastic. Every week they're fantastic. We will share this out, so definitely share with us your questions. And Victoria, we will see you next Monday.
See you next Monday, darling. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.